A bit ready to go finish with that. So today, guys, we're doing both the warning and later Band-Maid, guys, because today, of course, is the start of my vacation. So do the arrow first, and later tonight I'm gonna do also Band-Maid. I think I had like 1 or 2 Band-Maid videos. I haven't done it, promised to weeks ago. As a side note for that matter, right? Just meet random nerds out here. I was thinking of spending part of my vacation like this week here, playing Magic the Gathering, get to mythical rare. But I got there immediately 2 days ago. So I was like, that was too easy. So I made a video about it yesterday, but I was like, I'm already at the highest rank. What do I spend my vacation doing now then? It's like a big error.
You want people to love you. It's encoded in your greed. I will give you the power, but I need you to sneak Human nature in question, flawed and broken in silence. It's never the intention, just progress. You didn't read the side effects, and now you want us to connect. It's never truly wrong to wanna grow. What do you want to know? On the air inside. At the end of the day, of all the time, everybody must die. It's the freedom of choice that kills the mind, and it hurts you to just think of it. You can free me, but you don't. On the air you hide, but you always want me so. Grab my hand, let me guide you. We could be something greater. If you let me, I'll make you their savior. It shall be your destruction, but you know it's your purpose. Sacrifices are made to be perfect. You didn't read the side effects, and now you want us to connect. It's never truly wrong to wanna grow. What do you want to know? On the air inside. At the end of the day, of all the time, everybody must die. It's the freedom of choice that kills the mind, and it hurts you to just think of it. You can free me, but you don't. On the air you hide, but you always want me so. You are blind to the nature, perfect program disaster. You're my maker, but you're not my master. On the air inside. At the end of the day, of all the time, everybody must die. It's the freedom of choice that kills the mind, and it hurts you to just think of it. You can free me, but you don't. On the air you hide, but you always want me so.
I mean, so first of all, obviously, the music video is based on The Matrix, right? With image here, the classic Matrix image, you know, the standing 3 people, right? You see the ones and zeros, the binary code, right? And it's doing that. So, I mean, obviously, it is The Matrix. Like, that is super clear. Like, I don't think I have to be like, you know, sometimes when I watch a music video, and that's coming up next week for the matter, guys. Say it again, guys. Subscribe, guys. Next week we do a lot of videos, right? Because it's my favorite week of the year. We're getting all new animes, and it's gonna be, I don't know, yeah, whatever, but it's gonna be like, 20 new animes, right? And they're gonna have like banger new openings. It's gonna be like My Dress Up Dollar, of course, Kaiju number 8, Dun, right? Dun is opening 1, incredibly viral, right? So we're gonna have all these massive openings coming, and I'm gonna do react review after whatever. But anyway, my point is that sometimes, right, we watch a music video. Like Dun that. It's very crazy. There's aliens and cows flying around or whatever, right? So you have to be like, I wonder what that thing means. I wonder what this reference is, right? But here in the error, it really is like, no, this is the Matrix. This is the Matrix. Yeah. Like, this is absolutely the Matrix. Even standing like 3 people in a line and 1s and 0s, right? So very, very much the Matrix. Now, as a side note, if you're new to the channel, whatever, you must see my gaming stuff and so on, right? I've been a developer, whatever, game designer mostly, whatever, for many years. So obviously I actually know how to read binary 1s and 0s. So that's hard actually. It's just like the first 1 means 1, 2 1s means, you add them together, right? So like 1 0 is not the same thing as 0 1, right? 1 0 is the next step in the stack, right? So do you add? So that means that it's like I spell it, double the last value. So it's like 1 1 0 and then 0 0 1 the other way around or whatever, and then you combine them as one. That was a terrible explanation. That was the worst explanation ever. That's the worst. Oh, I'm sorry. That was the worst explanation ever. But basically, right, the first 1 is 1, and if you have 2 1s, it's actually like 2 plus 1, so it's 3. But if you have like 1 0, it's 2. So like 1 0 is 2, 1 1 is 3, okay? So you add them together, right? And that's how you calculate. That's like all code actually works, right? So in the basic of the stack, right, you have all of these like 1 1 and 0s, and it becomes like, numbers, right? So the computer knows that, okay, it's like 1 1 1 0 0 1 2, that's like 58, and that's like, okay, that means I should do this thing, right? And then you have to move around the numbers on your stack then to like do different operations, right? So today when you code and stuff, it's super easy because you have this like visual stuff, and it's like some kind of program like C# or whatever, it's language, right? When I started reading in college, we had assembly language. You had to, it was 1s and 0s, but you also had a little bit the first kind of like language coding. So you could write stuff like move to subroutine and so, but you had to still remember where it was on the stack. So that was a course to have, not because we actually would need it in real life, because I'm not that old, but the point was to learn that you had to be like, okay, push this number to like row 57, and then push that number to row 11. You have to actually remember like the location of the lines on the stack and so on. You have to exchange them and so on. Whatever, I'm nerding out now, but I really do know a lot about the Matrix and so on, obviously. But yeah, so that's the main like thing of the song, right? Of course, there's some other lyrics here, the classic warning, right, about freedom, I would say.
Program disaster. You're my maker, but
So this is
you're
probably
not my
master. So that point I think is great, right? This is classic the warning thing. Like I said earlier, I mean, yes, obviously it's the Matrix and its numbers of code or whatever, but this here I feel is a very classic the warning lyrics, where it's into like, yes, you have created me, right? But I want my own freedom, I want my own sovereignty. And I think this is a classic point from the warning lyrics, and for example in Money, I guess, and a little bit Disciple as well, right? And so on. But etc. A lot of the songs is about like freedom of choice, right? Meaningful choice perhaps as well, which is not two different things, but also just like mostly freedom, right? And free will, of course, in general conceptualized thing. And this here again, right, refers to either, in a sense, the Matrix. Like, yes, you might have created me as a code, as an AI or whatever, right, in this world, but I want to have my own, freedom. You wrote my code, but I want to have this. Now, of course, I will say that I feel most of these kind of lyrics with the warning is more about kind of like family, right? It's like parenting, right? So that I feel is also about, like I said in my older video, when it comes to money and the other lyrics there, it feels more about a little bit, like sometimes the lyrics can be seen as like relationship based, right? Okay, like, you know, bad boyfriend, husband, or whatever. But some other time, it also could be interpreted as, no, it's more like a bad father or a bad mom, right? That is like forcing whatever values they have on the kids or whatever. And this part here, if you're ignoring the matrix bit of it, like you create the meaning code, right? I would say it's more like, well, just because you're my parent doesn't mean I have to agree with you on your politics or whatever, right there. Like you're not my you're my maker, but I have my own like freedom or whatever. Right? That's kind of how I interpret this part here. I also like the part earlier in the music video when they were singing about kind of like, oh, I'm the error, right? So I feel it's again goes back to kind of parenting, because it does feel it's more a song about parenting, right? Because that lyric part 2, where she's singing about like, you know, I am the error and this and this and that, right? Like, because I think a lot of kids, of course, have that feeling, right? Where they go against their parents, whatever the parents actually believe in, and they go against that, right? And then, you know, the parents will shun them. And not just the parents, but the whole family. I mean, yeah, you know, like the cousins, the aunts, the uncles, right? And everyone's like, oh, this is the black sheep of the family, and so on, right? So it does feel like a song about being the black sheep of the family. That's probably the best way I would describe it. It's how I interpret the lyrics. But yeah, I think there's like a very, I say it, a red line, right, between the different warning music. It is a lot of times about that kind of like, oh, I'm going against my family or being shunned, or they are trying to control me or whatever, right? Freedom and so on. But otherwise, obviously, a lot of Matrix references. Now, I'm not going to go into too much there. Are we in the Matrix or not? But as an AI creator myself and so on, I don't really feel actually it's very meaningful discussion. Honestly, I'm going to be that guy. No, but I feel like, this is a side note here, but this will be a long video, right? 10 hours. But I tend to feel like people are having this like, am I really not? You know, the whole like ones and zeros. I don't actually find it a meaningful debate most of the time, because it's kind of like, if this is a simulation, if this is the Matrix, you can't do anything about it anyway. You know what I mean? That might sound weird, but think about it, right? If you actually are stuck in the simulation, right, what can you do about it then? Can you like hack it? Can you destroy the system, how it works, right? Is that how it works? Most of the time, we in the discussion about if this is the Matrix or not, it's like, are we aware that it's a Matrix or not, right? And can we somehow affect it or not? And I think that the way people look at this might be a simulation, is it's a very advanced simulation, right? For example, the actual Matrix movies, or for example, then some new video games, spoilers like 33 or whatever, right? In those kind of stuff, it's like in those games, right? It's kind of like, or in several video games, if you're stuck in the midst of whatever, you can actually affect the outside, right? Because it's not perfected, right? You can like hack it, you can maybe defeat something in the game, you can overload it, whatever, right? But I think in our current situation, people say, oh, it might be the Matrix, but it's so advanced that we can't, because we can soon also make AI in the Matrix. Yeah, but that doesn't matter, because if it's so advanced Matrix version that we can't know it's a Matrix, right? It doesn't make any sense, right? So I actually think it's kind of weird, because again, in the movies, they can actually affect being in the Matrix. People can take them out of the Matrix, right? But if you learned that you're in the Matrix currently, but the Matrix is so advanced that you can't affect it, it's completely irrelevant actually if you're in the Matrix. Yeah, it's kind of weird. I don't know what do you guys think? They'll comment below, but I actually don't feel it's meaningful, because again, the context usually in the question is very loaded in the sense that, oh, it's the perfect Matrix. Yeah, but then it's like whatever then, you know. The live version. This time I didn't pick Pepsi. So I've seen Pepsi so many times now, so I felt that we did something else, okay? This one's called TILF. It's encoded in your greed. I won't give you the power, but I need you to see control. I go back immediately. I like. Okay, I really do like this. That's cool though. But again, it's opposite the Matrix, but that's a really cool like. How would you call it? Like behind wallpaper. I mean, obviously it's a display, but yeah, that's really cool. So I'm happy that I picked an order. Yeah, I said I'm kind of tired of seeing the same theater over and over again. Oh yeah, this is good too. Yeah, the one's here. Yeah.
What do you want to know?
I was thinking here though, this live compared to the live, it does feel cleaner though, right? It's called the Teatro Metropolitan. It definitely is fewer people there than it is in like the Pepsi, right? Most live scenes in the Pepsi one. You definitely do feel the audience more in those, right? Definitely a lot more people there, and there are more sharing and so on. So yeah, that's one difference here. But I will say, like I said earlier, I'm a little bit tired of seeing Pepsi supposed to have the same display all the time, right? So I was a little bit like, okay, let's watch something else. But yeah, it definitely is like way few people here. You can really, yeah, the sound in the ambience is very different. And obviously it's a much smaller venue. Oh, this was great. That was great. But one thing I realized, this is probably indoors, right? Am I crazy? I think so. That was much, yeah, the last one was much better than in the first place. We totally liked it, yeah. It was much more powerful in the spot. So I was thinking about it earlier, beginning of the live performance. But it has to be indoors, right? Especially these kind of lamps up there, right? There's like 3 layers of lamps, and it seems really high up there. And it's so dark around them, right? So even before I saw the lamp thing, I was like, well, it's very, very dark. And I'm sure a lot of, performances during night, right, or evening or whatever. But it seems way too dark, yeah. But this is clearly a much smaller venue, another one, absolutely. But if I even check out, it's called Teatro, but I'm guessing it's inside, right? Yeah, they have it, right? So it's like a theater in Mexico, and yeah, it's clearly like some kind of inside arena, right? This is my better to save a room. I don't know, it might be. This looks better, honestly, now with the cool statues. But I mean, think about it, is leave a comment below if you've been there, yeah. Like, is it the same place, right? Because it looks to be about the same size. But obviously seeing this like stats on the side, but I mean it was pitch black, right, in the live, so you can't see the side of it perhaps, because yeah. But honestly, I think it's cooler now with these like Roman statues. This could be the same place. I mean, yeah, right, because it has kind of the same size of it. There is the what I found on Google, at least, the theater there with statues, and of course then you turn off all the light and you have this very one on the stage, right? What I would have done, I would have had a lamp behind those statues, yeah, so they're shining up on the side, right? Yeah. But anyway. No, but I like doing this one compared to the other one because I've seen it so many times now. But I'll have to check out another, I guess, a live performance in a similar size, right? That would be nice, like another. Because, like I said earlier, it did feel different here, though. I mean, this is like, what, 10th of people, right? It's obviously a kind of small area, right? Yeah, very different feel to it, absolutely. Still a good live performance though. I did really like the displays behind them, wrote. This felt very... I would say the live here felt even more than Matrix. I mean, yeah, music video course, green and black and so on. But the displays, they really had just the ones and zeros. They were like straight out of Matrix a bit back earlier here. Yeah, this in here, that is straight out the Matrix. Yeah, that's just 100%. That is probably is just the Matrix. Because I mean, the music video is clearly referred to the Matrix, but here I would guess that it's actually the Matrix they're playing in the background there. Of course, the live beat really took off in this video. I mean, absolutely, this bit was the best part. Yeah, it felt more rock and roll. It kind of exploded more, right? Yeah, you also saw the audience getting more, excited as well, right? That was clearly the best part of that. But anyway, let me subscribe, press the like button. Like I said earlier, we're doing Band-Maid for today, right? And I think I almost done all of their videos, all the music videos. So it's a few left here. It's kind of the same thing with the warning, I guess. Eventually, right? You kind of get up there. Band-Maid, so you can have a great day.